Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people, rich in natural resources and cultural diversity. But it is also a country facing a serious food crisis. According to a recent poll by NOI Polls, 7 in 10 adult Nigerians often go hungry due to insufficient food. What are the causes and consequences of this alarming situation, and what can be done to solve it? Nigeria is Africa's largest economy and the most populous nation on the continent. It has a vibrant and diverse society with over 250 ethnic groups and languages. It is also a major oil producer and exporter, earning billions of dollars in revenue every year. But despite its potential and progress, Nigeria is still struggling to feed its people. In the cities, food is diverse. Nigerians can enjoy a range of dishes from local delicacies like jollof rice, egusi soup and suya to international cuisines like pizza, burgers and sushi. Food is not only a necessity, but also a pleasure and a source of social bonding. In the rural areas, food is simple. Most Nigerians depend on agriculture for their livelihood, growing crops like cassava, yam, maize and millet. They eat what they produce and they sell the surplus to the markets. Food is not only a necessity, but also a challenge and a source of survival. But in both urban and rural areas, food is also a problem. Nigeria ranked 107th amongst 113th on the Global Food Security Index last year. Millions of Nigerians are facing food insecurity, which means they do not have access to enough food or food of adequate quality to meet their basic needs. On the Global Hunger Index, Nigeria also ranked 109 in 2023. Food insecurity can lead to hunger, malnutrition, illness, and even death. It can also cause social unrest, violence, and instability. What are the factors that contribute to food insecurity in Nigeria? In 2023, a survey by NOI Polls showed some 89 in 100 Nigerians were worried that whatever food they could afford was not enough.
Over scarcity, the scarcity gone, you not even there for country again.
The food scarcity in Nigeria now is very, very terrible.
There is a lot, but just lack of the passion of the government, they have to do something about it because everything has come be critical.
There is very much scarcity of food in this country.
One of the main factors is insecurity. In 2022, Nigeria ranked 135 on the Global Peace Index. 1 year later, it slipped to 144. The country has been plagued by various forms of violence and instability, especially in the northeast and northwest regions where the Islamist militant group Boko Haram and other armed groups have been waging a brutal insurgency against the government and civilians. These conflicts have disrupted farming, production and transport of produce. But it is one of 5 factors that respondents in the NOI Polls survey cited as having the most impact on food security.
And there is kidnapping, there is insurgency, so they cannot farm. And the major part of Nigeria, why there is larger farm, Niger and Nasarawa, there is insurgency there.
So the government are not even doing anything about the food subsidy, and the rate of the dollar increasing is touching the business people in the markets.
Fuel, dollar. The most of attitudes of things of this government, we're able to plead with them so that they can able to do the best for us.
While 28% cited insecurity, 16% cited unemployment, 12% cited bad leadership, 9% cited increased fuel price, and 8% cited increased transportation costs. One critical challenge for agriculture is limited access to funding. Small-scale farmers, the backbone of our food system, struggle to secure loans for seeds, fertilizers, and modern equipment. Successive governments have pledged to channel resources into agriculture. As far as policies go, many have been inconsistent on agriculture. Import bans, while well-intentioned, have not yielded the desired results. Instead, they've hindered trade and disrupted supply chain. In response, the government must strike a delicate balance, promoting local production without stifling imports. Food reserves are low, but in the current climate of economic hardship, the government has directed release of 42,000 tons of grains as a lifeline for the poor. That and the release of fertilizers are considered a step in the right direction, but sustained food reserves require long-term planning and investment. The government's declaration of a state of emergency on food security signals some urgency. Food and water availability now lies within the scope of the National Security Council, but implementation is key and a bridge between policy and action. Plagued by the challenges brought on by food insecurity, Nigerians also prefer solutions on how food insecurity can be improved.
If they can reduce the fuel price to the normal price, it will make their life more better than. You understand?
The cost of food items in the market, we need to call all those marketers to come out and put our head together. If you can't come out and put our head together, we can't work anything out. Because you go and buy, after selling, if you want to go and buy again, you still add more money on it to buy what you want to sell.
The cost of chemical in farming is very high. Let them support the farmer by reducing the price of the chemical and fertilizer so that they can do a larger farm.
When the fuel, you can able to buy fuel 150 naira per liter or 200 naira. The transportation of the things you can able to reduce. But when the transportation is very critical, is very cost. No matter I can buy food from Lagos, bring it to come Abuja to sell it in the normal price, it will not be work.
You buy plantain 12,000, you 6,000 carry am. The money where you take carry never pass the money where you buy am. So make them first of all look for that one. Know how they go do am. Then these kidnappers wey no allow people enter farm, make them find solution to it. Bush dey Nigeria to do farm enough, but you cannot go to the farm and do the farm.
For 28 in 100 respondents in the survey, there is a direct link between insecurity plaguing the length and breadth of the country and agriculture. For them, tackling insecurity head-on would improve food security. 14 in 100 say improved agricultural policies would ameliorate food insecurity. One of the policies of previous administrations was to close the country's borders in hopes of pushing up local production. But 12 in 100 respondents in the survey say reopening closed borders would improve food security by improving trade. 9 in 100 are in favor of reducing fuel price, which has increased several fold since May 2023 when the government officially stopped subsidizing petrol cost. So by the numbers, 51% of Nigerians interviewed know what food security is. 90% affirm that there is food insecurity in Nigeria and can point to factors that have severely impacted food security, from insurgency and farmer-headed clashes to unemployment and bad leadership. They also have a firm idea what the government should do to make sure the country is not hungry but food secure. What the country wants is hope. Government intervention is key, but it requires collective effort from policymakers to farmers, from urban dwellers to rural communities. Together, we can sow the seeds of change, nourishing a nation hungry for progress.